Hello, how are you? Good, I hope. Happy Halloween 2024. Can you believe it? Hard to believe. So, you recognize holidays, at least today, have mascots, right? Christmas has Santa Claus. Flag Day has the flag. St. Patrick's Day, leprechauns. And Easter, of course, has the Easter Bunny. But did you know that Halloween has a mascot? Sort of. Stingy Jack. Hear me out. As the story of Stingy Jack goes, several centuries ago in Ireland, there lived a drunkard, shocker, named Stingy Jack. Now, he was known throughout the land as a cat who's full of shenanigans, a deceiver, a manipulator, a scoundrel on every level. I like that word, scoundrel. Now, on a fateful night, Satan, overheard the tale of Jack and all of his evil deeds and silver tongue. Now, Satan, unconvinced, and I think somewhat envious of these rumors, decided he needed to find out for himself who this Jack cat was and if he lived up to his vile reputation. Now, typical of Jackie Boy, he was drunk, shocker, wandering through the countryside down some cobblestone road, or cobblestone path. Maybe road's too strong. But anyway, he's wandering down, wherever it was that had cobblestone path. He comes upon a body with an eerie grimace, some horns. Shocker, it turned out to be Satan himself. Now, Jack's not a moron. He might be drunk, but he's not dumb. He realized that this was his end. Satan had finally come to collect his malevolent soul. Now, Jack being Jack, again, drunk, not dumb, made one last request. He asked the devil to let him have a drink or two before they departed to hell. Now, the devil, finding no reason not to acquiesce to that request, said, "Yeah, sure, dude. Let's go." So Satan took Jack to the local pub and let him drink as much bourbon as his heart, to his heart content, we'll say. Now, upon quenching his thirst, Jack, of course, asked Satan to pay the bill because as a drunkard, Jackie Boy doesn't have any money. And Satan's like, "Hey, man, I don't even wear pants. I don't have any money." And Jack's like, "Hey, you know what, dude? I got a plan. You turn yourself into a coin, much like this coin here, right? Turn yourself into a coin, and I can pay the tab. And then you can change back when no one's looking." Now, two things happen. I think Satan is so impressed by Jack's unyielding, nefarious tactics, because that's some shady shit, right? And he's like, "Well, what harm could possibly come?" So Satan's like, "All right, bro." Turns himself into the coin. Then Jack shrewdly, Satan, now he's the coin. Jack takes the coin and puts it in his pocket. And in Jackie's pocket is a crucifix. I don't have a crucifix to show you, otherwise I would, but you know what it is. Watch Salem's Lot. Anyway, by putting the Satan coin in his pocket with the crucifix, this keeps the devil from escaping the coin form. So the only way the devil can not be in coin form is to accept Jack's terms of sparing his life, his soul, for 10 years. So the devil, Satan, has to agree, which is kind of a Twilight Zone episode, which is another story that's called The Howling Man. If you've not seen The Howling Man, right now, stop watching me. Go watch Twilight Zone, The Howling Man. It is fantastic. Same kind of concept. Anyway, as I was saying, Satan agrees not to essentially bother Jack for 10 years. Now, of course, 10 years passes. Jack, he struck the deal 10 years ago. 10 years and 1 second later, Jack finds himself once again in the presence of Satan. And Satan says, hey, time to go to hell. Now, as Satan prepared Jack to go to hell, Jack says, hey, listen, pal, do me one last favor. I haven't eaten in a minute because he's a drunk. See that apple tree over there? Well, can you just grab me an apple or two and let me feed my starving belly? I drink a lot and I gotta be honest, my stomach's upset. I'd like to have an apple or two before we head down to hell. Satan once again agrees to the request. So Satan climbs up this freaking apple tree. And while he's climbing up to find some apples, Jack surrounds the tree with crucifixes. So Satan, at least in this story, is kind of a sucker or dumb. Satan now obviously is completely frustrated at the fact that Jack, the drunk, has entrapped him once again because now the tree is surrounded by crucifixes. Says, all right, Jackie boy, what do you want? So Jack made a second demand. Never take my soul to hell. Now, having no choice, of course, Satan's like, yeah, all right, dude. I promise I'll never take your soul to hell. With that point, Jack is set free. Now, eventually, of course, as you all know, well, maybe not all of you, but those of you who drink know that Jackie eventually dies, either of cirrhosis of the liver or something else. But eventually the drinking takes its toll on Jack, and he dies. Now Jack's soul prepares to enter heaven and goes to the pearly gates of St. Peter, but he's stopped. And he's not just stopped by Pete, he's actually stopped by God, Yahweh, whatever it is you subscribe to. And God himself is like, hey, you live kind of a sinful lifestyle, which I don't completely understand because it sounds like his biggest problem was he cheated people out of some money and drank too much. You're a sucker. You're only a sucker once. After that, you're complicit. But anyway, that's a different story. Because of your sinful lifestyle, your deceitfulness, your drinking, I can't let you into heaven. Sorry, I'm not a forgiving father. F you. Down the road you go. So Jack, not having any other options, he wanders down to the gates of hell. And he's like, hey, Satan, devil, let me in, please. I gotta have someplace to go. But Satan, fulfilling that second request and obligation, says, hey, buddy, I can't. I promise never to bring you into hell. I can't take your soul. Satan, taking some pity on Jack, gives him a ember from the coals of the depths of hell and hands it to him. But it's hot. This is the ember. It's like, oh, hot. Here, I'm going to give you this because you're basically doomed to walk between the planes of good and evil. And because Jack couldn't hold that hot ember, he grabbed the closest thing he could find, a pumpkin, cut it out, scooped out the guts, and dropped the hot ember into the jack-o'-lantern, and to this day wanders the path were playing between good and evil, heaven and hell. Stingy Jack and his jack-o'-lantern. And that, my friends, is the mascot of Halloween. Stingy Jack, a drunk Irish guy. How cool is that? That's a good story, right? I didn't make it up. Look it up. It's solid. Anyway, not to go down some weird path, but obviously not all Irish are drunk, but it's funny that when we refer to a paddy wagon, that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, look up Stingy Jack. He is the mascot. I think originally it was probably a turnip or rutabaga. I don't know that it was originally a pumpkin. And obviously, if assuming this myth is true, well, he would have had to cut a face to be able to light his way between good and evil as he walks back and forth. So there's some holes in the plot line, but let's let that go. A turnip is boring because that's kind of small, and a rutabaga. If you've ever had corned beef, usually the vegetables are turnips and rutabaga, at least in the household I grew up with, cabbage. Well, that sounds good. Anyway, I want to have some fun. Happy Halloween. In this world, maybe I'm Stingy Jack, but I'm not stingy. In this world where you can be anything you want, be kind, be humble, be forgiving. I don't want to go down on some weird rant, but you understand that if you subscribe to your soul or ghost is really in a meat sack with some bones surrounded, and those are all created by stardust, and you exist on a rock racing through the universe, surrounded or in the existence of an anyway, happy Halloween. Have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know I'm a kook, but what are you gonna do? Take care. See you later. Bye.